Alright, so this is Adam from Adaptive Sports. I'm sure when many of you guys saw that I changed my name and are wondering why. I was recently told by a couple of my friends that when they search my name on YouTube that only Adam Sandler and Billy Madison videos pop up. And that's kind of an issue because I would like to be searchable on YouTube. So I figured I would change my name. I think Adaptive Sports was something different. I think it was something that I kind of liked. If anybody thinks there's a better name out there for me, I can always ask and go for some help, some advice. But anyways, let's get straight into this video. Today I wanted to talk about why I think Steve Nash is another diamond in the rough, why I think he's probably the best point guard of all time. I don't even think it's up for discussion. If anybody wants to argue with me, you can comment down below, but I got the facts to back it up. So anyways, I also think he might be one of the best shooters of all time. If anybody wants to argue with me and say anything about anyone besides Steph Curry, please let me know down below as well. So anyways, I wanted to throw a question out there for you guys. I wanted to see who was your favorite player growing up, and who is your favorite player now. If anybody wants to comment that down below, and I will share who mine are. I just would like to see, who your favorite player was growing up and who your favorite players are now, because I'm very curious sometimes about stuff like that. Anyways, so one of the reasons why I think Steve Nash is a diamond in the rough, because he was a very great player, as we know, but he did not have a great start to his career. He was not highly drafted. He's not a tall guy. He's not a fast guy. He's not a super strong guy. So he wasn't one of those guys everyone was lining up at the door to try to draft. He was actually a 15th pick. Is one of the he's tied with Giannis Antetokounmpo for the lowest ever drafted MVPs. Crazy fact I did not know. But anyways, so honestly, I think too, like when you're watching him run out there on the court, he kind of looked like he was about the same size as me, honestly, compared to the other guys. But he's crazy basketball IQ, and that's one of the reasons why he excelled at this position. And like I said, he did not start at all when he first started his career until his third year in the league, and I think that is because he just was simply not ready. He was behind a couple of good guys that they were just allowing him to progress. And he did not really blossom until his second stint with the Suns, when he was getting coached by Mike D'Antoni, who is, as we know, a coaching wizard, offensive wizard. You can see what he's doing with James Harden and Russell Westbrook right now. And that leads me to my another point. Mike D'Antoni kind of made him the best point guard I've ever seen, and he made him probably into one of the best shooters of all time. I think he may even be right up there neck and neck with Steph Curry. If anybody wants to argue, I got some stats I was going to show in a second. Actually, they'll be right about here in a second. So first off, I had the stats comparing their two stats, Steve Nash on top, Steph Curry on the bottom. I had Steve Nash's stats by itself and Steph Curry's stats by themselves. As you guys can see, their stats are very similar. They have similar shooting percentages, but Steph does shoot more. That's kind of the point of that offense. That's kind of the player that he is. And Steve Nash is more of a guy who was trying to create for other guys, and he would take the shots as they came. So he wasn't one of those guys who was trying to be a shoot-first type guy. He wasn't trying to put up 30 points a game, as Steph Curry does from time to time. But if you see, or if you've ever heard of the 50-40-90 club, Steve Nash is one of like 5 or 6 guys in that. And if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's 50% shooting from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. There's only been 10 total seasons altogether, and that have had those type of statistics shooting, and Steve Nash has 4 of them. So that is crazy, I think, honestly. 4 out of 10, that's almost half. Steph Curry does have 1, and the next closest is Larry Bird with 2. But no one has really come to those numbers like Steve Nash has. And he fell short like a couple other times, just by like a couple percentage points. I think he could have done it about 8 times for his career. And I think also, if anyone noticed, he almost averaged 50-40-90 for his whole career. So that's another crazy stat. And he also was a 2-time MVP and a 3-time first-team All-NBA. So he had a lot of crazy accolades. He had a lot of good memories, a lot of good stuff like that. And honestly, if anyone remembers, he was knocking out a lot of crazy shots, a lot of crazy three-pointers. He was dishing out a lot of dimes. So this is why I think he is another diamond in the rough. if anybody wants to comment down below if they like the video, or if they want me to talk about another guy they think is a down in the rough, or if they want to make a prediction of who they think I'll talk about next, comment that down below. But don't forget, like the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next week with a new video. Thank you guys.